Talk to me about the training sessions you would have had in terms of the preparation, in your opinion, how the team is looking.
Yeah, the team's looking well. Obviously, we've done the best that we can to prepare them in the period of time we've had. And I think a lot of information and hard work has gone in. So it's credit to the girls in this short period. So we're looking forward to the game tomorrow.
It's always good whenever the girls are getting good encounters, and not just playing for playing's sake. The U.S. former World Cup winners, they would have had a mixed tour recently, despite Mexico not getting to 2 World Cups. But those are good matchups, you would say?
Very good. Look, the opposition that we've been playing recently and the caliber of them shows that, one, we're privileged to be able to play them and be asked to play them in certain situations, and also to pit our wits against the top quality opponents. And it can only make us better, no matter the result, but the experience and putting ourselves into unknown territory as such with great opponents, and it can only benefit us in the long run.
Yeah. What are some of the things you would have been pleased with from those players, despite them having long season, but coming in and putting in the work ahead of this game?
Yeah, we've got a great balance of youth and experience, like you say, and some new players to add to the group. So it's going to be great to see what they've learned in a short period of time that we've had together, and also putting their best foot forward when given the opportunity, if they're starting or from the bench. But all they can do is do their best, and obviously have the main goal, which is the World Cup qualifiers in October.
For many people, whenever they look at football, as you know, all they focus on sometimes it's that end result in terms of the scoreline. Ahead of tomorrow's game, what are some of the things you are looking at as well with the coaching staff?
Look, we have to remember, from the background, we're all professional. We all want to win. And like you said, no one wants to win more than me, but we have to look at the bigger picture, like we keep coming back to. And as long as we're developing and we're learning, and the information is getting into the players and they're understanding their jobs and responsibilities for the end goal, which is the World Cup qualifiers, these friendlies are just a facilitation of that to help us on our journey to get to where we want to get. So, one, it's great that we're having the opportunity to play these high caliber teams. And two, yeah, we want to put our best foot forward, but like you said, the result, of course, we're disappointed if we lose or if something happens like that. But at the end point is we want to make sure we're learning and we're progressing and moving forward for the October window.
The World Cup qualifiers are now very much on the mind of a lot of these ladies. What are some of the things you want to see from the team, and just overall everything for women's football going forward?
Well, obviously, it's just learning building blocks, okay? We obviously had a tough time out last time out in the Mexico games, but still there was some positives that we took away in the second game, and we just got to build on that and build again in tomorrow's match. And if we can make sure that we can see development, see learning, and see the players understanding what's expected of them and what we're trying to do within the session, like I said, it's building and we're moving forward, and that's all that we want to do, move forward.
Another big friendly, Jamaica versus US. How important it is for the girls to keep getting these kind of matches?
Yeah, I think ultimately as a high-level player, you always want to have the opportunity to test yourself against the strongest opposition. And I think there's a lot you learn about yourself tactically, but also character-wise, when you know you're facing somebody that on paper is a stronger team. So I think for us, it's just about using this as an opportunity to build and to be prepared for major tournaments when we will face, world-class caliber opposition.
The season would have been long for a couple of the players, whether through clubs as well as university colleges. Well, here you are, you turned out 3 days or 4 days of hard training sessions. What's your assessment of how the team would have done throughout those moments?
Yeah, I think if you ask anyone, it is tough to come and play challenging games on the back of a long season, but it is what we signed up for at the end of the day. So I think as soon as we step foot here, we're reminded of the common goal, and we're excited to get the chance to play with one another. And I think, like I mentioned before, it's a building block. It's something for us to use to be really prepared once we start official qualifiers. And I think that we can just use it as that something that's preparing us for the bigger picture.
What are you looking, from the team tomorrow? When I spoke to Coach Deon, it's not just about the scoreline at the end of the day. The World Cup qualifiers will come up in October, but what would be some of the things you're looking to as a senior player come tomorrow?
I think that the scoreline is always one thing that you can use to judge your performance. But I think for us, regardless of the scoreline, I think that there's lots of things that we can be proud of no matter what happens. And I think trying to concentrate on those things is what's going to drive our success in the match tomorrow. Whether that be working on the things that we've been establishing as things that we want to try to challenge ourselves on throughout the week in training. And yeah, I think that there's lots of room for us to walk away from this match saying like, yeah, we got this down, or no, we still need to improve this for the next time around.